Okay, so you boot up the game and you press play. Next, you decide which type of child you want to dress up as and put through the never-ending hell that is gacha games. Saying boy, aka your OC self-insert. This is the white bread option. You can tell because he's the main character in all the promotional material for Dragon Ball Heroes. Canonically, he's called Beet. Get it? Like beetroot. Oh, even when Toriyama ain't the one writing this crock of shit, those fuckers at Bandai have to keep telling us that people in the Dragon Ball universe name their children after goddamn vegetables, even though those vegetables exist in the Dragon Ball world, which concerns me. Why would you name your child after something you regularly consume? Creepy.
I'm Kaba, from Planet Sadala.
Saiyan girl. If you choose this option, it's only because you're curious to see what an SSJ3 female Saiyan looks like. This is what a Super Saiyan 3 female Saiyan looks like. Fuck. Now you can pick someone else instead of this. Also, this character's actual name isn't Root or something to go with the whole Saiyan equals vegetable motif. This cunt is called fucking Note. Get it? Like beat and note. The funny lines on the sheet music that I can't remember how to read. Kinda hate this name choice because it feels way too much like fucking bass and treble from Mega Man. Should have said this earlier, but every child has one of 3 types to choose from. Boring and balanced. Fucking libtards who cancel people on Twitter. The mega chads who level 3 in neutral. Main cooler can do more than 50 push-ups and had an encounter with your mother last night. Okay, next one. Androids. These guys are the equivalent of gingers. No real soul, hated by most people because they look funny, and are overall inferior. However, there is one cool part of the androids in this game. When you pick the Chad Berserker class, they look like a Cell Jr. if one of them managed to live long enough to hit puberty. I don't give a fuck about the rest of these fuck knuckles names though. It's probably something goofy like instead of Cell, they're called Sickle Cell to sound cooler. The only android that I think is cool is My Little Toaster. Martians. Martians are very fucking bland, just like in Xenoverse. No one gives a shit about them, or at least they don't play as them on the first playthrough. By the way, if you couldn't tell, I've mentioned 4 of the classes, but there's still a couple to go. So why are you bringing up the number 4 for some reason, you BBB? That stands for Beautiful British Boy. Despite there being 8 separate race choices, you have only 4 save files. Granted, you can say 7 races because male Saiyan and female Saiyan just feel more like Bandai enforcing Rule 63 instead of an actual separate character. But this feels pretty counterintuitive. Well, it would be counterintuitive if more than 4 of the classes weren't trash. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, Martians. They're trash, don't pick. Supreme Kais. Or why choose a Saiyan monkey, a toaster, or some androgynous cotton candy when you can be a literal god? Yeah, seems fair. Seems about right. Take a Saiyan Saga monkey versus the Supreme Kai. I wonder who will fucking win. One makes a big ball, the other can control time and space. Seems balanced. If you choose the Kais, I know you're picking the elite type, because that's how you see yourself, you fucking posh bastard. Frieza races. The Frieza race, aka the Arcosians. Bet you didn't know that, did you little bitch? Apparently in the Funimation dub or some shit, Frieza's race is called Arcosians, and it seems like a bunch of fan manga latched onto that name, so it kinda stuck. If you pick these dudes, you chill, but the only real downside is that when you get to the God class, the golden versions look kinda ass. Dark demons. Not regular demons, those aren't cool enough for you. You need to have darker hair, brighter earrings, and a great yearning to see the infinite abyss known as death. Since I've got fucking blue hair, I'm just as edgy as these cunts, so I kind of vibe with the look. They ain't too bad. Still kinda goofy though. The Mechians. Last but not least, we have the
Hello, Ed boys. Many doors yet?
So once you've chosen your child slave, it's time to get used to the menus. I say this because despite creating a small hub world, it is completely useless and has literally 0 reason to exist, as you can teleport anywhere from the menus. So let's go through all the places you can explore in this shameless husk of an overworld. Story mode. Despite this game's insistence that it does have a story, this game doesn't have a fucking story. I mean it does, but I feel the same way about both the plot of this game and The Last of Us 2's plot. They're just so goofy and nonsensical, they may as well not be there.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches. Bigot sandwiches.
No.
Play this mode to unlock new save files. Oh yeah, at the start you can only choose one character at a time and unlock new save files as you progress. Flawless game design, I know. I kinda need to start bringing up positives about this game, or the title of the video won't make much sense, will it? Arcade. This is basically the game's hard mode where you can't use items and shit. I know I haven't explained the gameplay yet, but basically, imagine this is a beat must die mode. It's kind of a bitch but has some pretty cool rewards and allows you to call assist characters who aren't in your deck. Pretty based. Fucking Demon God Gravy. Oy vey. Creation mode. This is where you're going to spend a fuck ton of your time if you do decide to buy this game. FYI, only get this game if it's on sale. This mode allows you to create any character you want and give it any move you want. You want to make a god of destruction, blow love hearts at his enemies and make them explode? Be my guest. The other big part of creation mode is that of the mission creator, where people make missions that are incredibly easy and will allow you to farm Dragon Balls, moves, and a bunch of other shit very fast. So make use of them. There's a reason that this mission has been played more times than the entirety of people have played Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Play it, you'll save so much time. I worded that sentence in a shit way. I love Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Buy that as well, it's pretty dope. Network battle. Online mode. Pretty self-explanatory. I mean, what did you expect? The game is pretty dead online, but to my knowledge, I don't think you would want to play it online anyways, unless it was with your mates, so this mode is kind of irrelevant now. The Hero Lab. Hero Lab has all of the missions that were added in free updates. Missions from the Broly movie and stuff like that. As well as having some mini games and tutorials and stuff. Pretty standard fare. Not much interesting to say about it though. So I'll tell you something else that's kind of interesting. Shaquille O'Neal has a doctorate in education. That's kind of cool. Hero Stadium. This is a place where you go to farm gacha tickets. Nothing more. Shop. You know how in the last section I just said the term gacha tickets and I heard your arsehole clinch out of fear with the strength of Zeus? Don't worry about it. Despite this game being wholly about gacha, there is zero microtransactions. Let me explain. The more you play the game, the more tickets you get. Then you go spend those tickets on multiple banners to get new cards to put in your deck. Pretty simple. There are also item gachas and stuff like that, but they're worthless and too expensive. Don't use them. This is basically where you're going to spend a lot of time here. But the game's RNG is really pretty good, so it doesn't take too long to get a specific card you want. It's not like Xenoverse 2 where you could just whip out Mummy's $19 fucking Fortnite card and just buy your way through. No, you just gotta grind. And since the RNG on the banners are genuinely really good, it doesn't take too long to get a good deck going. Like in the first couple hours you can get a decent deck. Deck creation. You create decks. Duh. Did you expect a deep analysis of something so self-explanatory? Fine. You can build two types of decks. Simple, for arcade because you can't use items and extra stuff, and custom decks, for every other game mode. Simple decks require you to actually think about team comps, or just Google the best one, so that you can get through arcade mode. Or, whilst custom decks just let you go wild and put whoever you want on your team and still win, because items are goofy. Allies. In the story mode that I mentioned 3 seconds ago, you make allies along the way. And the more you use your allies in story mode, the more they level up and change forms and upgrade their own decks. They're only used in story mode, there's not much to say. You can sometimes play as them if you choose to do so, but you're probably not going to do that simply due to the fact that their decks are kind of ass. The title screen. Wow, I wonder what this menu leads to. It's a fucking enigma, so let's click on it to find out. I haven't mentioned anything about the gameplay this entire time despite showing it on screen a little bit, so I'll tell you how the game actually works. Since Super Dragon Ball Heroes is originally a port of an arcade game, it plays like one. The gameplay mainly consists of deck building and QTEs. When you get attacked in a turn, you try to get the bar to be as full as possible. When you attack, you do the same. Some characters confuse, most characters have QTEs that start after the second round that will have a variety of effects. Drop a Chibaku Tensei on some cunt. Freeze time, and beat the fuck out of them so they can't hurt you. Transform, launch a blast, slice people up, as well as a few others. This kinda seems meh now, doesn't it? Strictly from the gameplay point of view. But the real draw of the game is the fan service. If you remember like early 2010s-ish, if you're an OG DBZ fan, you'll remember seeing like the Dragon Ball Heroes animations that like shook the fandom for a while because of how goofy and all over the place they were, and how outlandish they were. Every character getting every fucking form, like Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Future Gohan, SSJ4 Gohan, SSJ4 Broly, SSJ4 Bardock. Every character getting every form. That's the draw of Dragon Ball Heroes, on a whole, and in-game. You can have a team of Super Kaioken Vegito, Xeno Cell, fucking Gine, Golden Cooler, and this weird new Saiyan called Kumba. Get it? Like, cucumber. As well as the OC of your choice. You can fan out as you see these characters do their special moves, and if you have correct team comps, they can do team attacks as well, which is pretty fucking cool. The standard gameplay loop of this will consist of grinding, getting tickets, getting cards, doing the story, getting more tickets, building a better deck. It's just a cycle of playing and then building over and over again. If you like card games, I think you'll like this. Granted, it's a lot more simple than something like Hearthstone or something like that, as the decks only consist of like 6 cards at a time. You better get used to QTEs. Don't know what else to say besides, this game is usually good as a time dump. You can see yourself progress as your collection of cards grows, as well as your avatar change forms, going from, for example, Super Saiyan all the way to Super Saiyan Blue, and getting different other small children to send into the war zones filled with explosions as you progress through the story. It's a sort of game you play to let off some steam and don't take too seriously, unlike a fighting game, despite this game's catchy fucking OST. I tend to play this game with like a podcast or some chilled out music in the back, just to vibe out. I would suggest this game exclusively to Dragon Ball fans, however. If you're watching this video despite not being a Dragon Ball fan, firstly, thank you, Bibi. I don't really suggest it because I don't think you'll get nowhere near as much out of it as a Dragon Ball fan would. For example, a fan of the series will see Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and get fucking hype, but a non-Dragon Ball fan will probably think, ha, monkey lol. Don't pay full price for this thing though. If you enjoy it, you'll get plenty of hours out of it, but it ain't worth around the same price as a full-size Danny DeVito cutout. Are you out of your fucking mind? Wait for it to go on sale because Bandai games are like Capcom games. They're always on sale like once a month. It'll be like, I imagine it'll be on sale relatively soon. Check Humble Bundle as well, it might go on sale there too. Anywho, that's the vid. I feel as if the title of this video is pretty disjointed from the video since I kinda shit talked it for 90% of the video, but whatever. Time for the stereotypical stuff you've heard more times than your stepfather's boots walking up the stairs with a belt in his hand.
8 trigrams, 64 belts. Impossible! That technique should have died out generations ago! Generations ago!
I would fuck my legs, I'm not even gonna lie.